I grabbed this piece of scrap wood and I loved how it looked as is, but I wanted to use these paint inlays. If you haven't used these, they are spectacular and they can be reused up to 3 times. So right now we're just putting a base coat on. I'm going to show you my fail. So I'm not going to say this isn't a good, cute project, but what I've discovered is the paint inlays do not do as well. They don't show up as good on this really heavily textured things. Still cute. And here we go. We put the second coat on because you put these down in wet paint because it is paint on the image and she's just smoothing out with her hand. You can use a damp sponge, a damp rag. We like to use a brayer to make sure they really contact each other. Then you let this dry hours, days, months, whatever you want to do, okay? And then you mist the back and you peel it off. It is so stinking satisfying. And again, you can use these up to 3 times. Look at this. Now, if this was a smooth board, you would see minute details. So the tea didn't come off at all. We had some struggles here, but we're going to fix it. And I'm going to show you, if you'll watch to the end, a picture of some sisters that are beautiful furniture pieces on how you can use this on big pieces of furniture and not just art craft. Look at this this is a new iron orchid design mold release. This one is 2. And I have all the links to these products we use in the description box. I mail out real fast. So, okay, we're double teaming here. Do you know what double teaming is? You get in there and you get the job done. So we are using the Iron Orchid air dry clay. It is the best air dry clay you will ever find. And I'm not even joking. Do I use some cheaper sometimes? Yeah, I do. But this is much better. It has less cracking. It is so super buttery, easy to put in. We cornstarched the molds first to help the fine details release easier. Sometimes I don't do that, but if you've got a lot of detailed smaller pieces in the molds, it really helps to get it out. You can use this with hot glue. You can use this with resin. You can use these for sugar arts. You can use this with hot glue. Do not use silicone caulking. You can use some kind of caulking, but not silicone. It'll ruin your molds. So right here, we're just scraping off the top. There is a little ledge that is a patented ridge to help you know you got your back flat in the mold field. And then we just like to turn it over and let gravity help just move those things out and just enjoy the show here. Okay, I wanted to try the second use of this paint inlay on a smoother surface, and I wanted to really show you, okay, this was a fail too, but I wanted to show you how that paint from the first time you use it will transfer on to whatever you use it on the second time.
It's like a pimple popper with glue. Gross. I wish I'd have had that on film. I know. Gross.
We just use our fingers to put the glue down. You can use a brush, whatever you want to do, and just place it and know that you can layer these on top of each other to give it some dimension, and it's really good. Okay, I'm so excited to open this new release pumpkin. Now I still have some pumpkins from last year's release, and they are so good. So you'll want to look on my website and get those. All right, here we go. We wanted the little wheat swag out of there to add to the top of this. Guys, if you haven't got any of the molds, you gotta get some molds. They are so fun and really add some pizzazz to whatever you're doing. You can have an IKEA furniture bookshelf, add these molds in it, some clay DIY paint, and it looks good. Okay, I'm using some cherry picked in the DIY paint, and I love it with orange and the queen bee yellow there and white swan and fall colors are my favorite. So you can blend the DIY paint together and make a third color out of two. You can do so many things. Right here we're just kind of blotting it off to let that orange show. You can wipe it back with a baby wipe to wet distress. Okay, now the paint inlays are activated with wet until it is sealed. So just for a quick seal, we just use this matte spray paint. I've got a link in my Amazon. So then we can go in and you can watercolor after you've sealed it. You can do all sorts of stuff. The harvest didn't come off real good, so I just kind of hand wrote that in there because, like I said, it doesn't work great on this heavily textured wood. These paint inlays, do they work? They worked, but it's better on smooth. That's what I figured out. Put the dark wax in the DIY paint to just kind of knock those bright colors. Okay, here's the sisters. This is the way you can use inlays on big projects. Link to this video is in the description box. You gotta watch this one.